Hello, everyone. Welcome to our weekly live training where we help runners, triathletes, and busy high achievers stay injury free, train smart, and finish strong without burnout.
Even if you're juggling work, life, and recovery.
Yes, I'm Coach Shangri-La. I'm a two-time triathlon Guinness World Record holder, 48-time Ironman finisher as of this year, Ultraman finisher, creator of Smart Training Method, keynote speaker, and high-performance triathlon and endurance coach. I'm here, actually, we are here to share proven strategies that help athletes like you reach new levels of success, definitely without burnout. Because we love our sports, we want to have fun. And we also have here Coach Vinetta, who specializes in swimming.
Hi, everybody.
All right. Well, today's training is a must watch if you're trying to come back from injury. If you have not been exercising, you're like, oh, I'm kind of itching to go back. Or if you're dealing with nagging swelling or pain or something around your knee, or actually a lot of the things that we're going to talk about today, it's not really just about the pain, it's about training properly. Okay. And if you're wondering if your best racing days are behind you, let me ask you something. Okay. So you've been active, you've raced before, you know what it's like to train hard, but something changed. Okay. Now you're in 40s, 50s, or even 60s. Your recovery takes longer. Who here is feeling that? Okay. Your body feels stiffer, tighter. Okay. When you get up in the morning, I'm like, oh, God, I'll just stay in bed. All right. You train, but it's not clicking. It's not the same. And then next thing is that you rest, but the pain or swelling keeps coming back. Unfortunately, for some athletes, some athletes had setbacks, and it could be an accident that, or injury, surgery, or life happens that they need to take months off, okay, or even years of limited physical activity. And I hope you're not that, okay? But if you've had the like a long years of time off, I don't know if I could see myself that. I hope I can continue myself being active because I don't think I'm going to be able to handle that. But for some athletes, you have been injured for a long time. Okay, you might be asking, is this just what happens after an injury, surgery, after an accident? Okay. Well, today I want to introduce you to someone who asked the same question. After being off from training for 4 years, he could have let go of running. He could have said, like, oh, it's been a while. Why do I have to do it? But he didn't. I'm going to show you this poster so it's much easier for you to understand really what we're going to go over. All right. So here you go. Run comeback in your late 50s after knee swelling and spinal injury. Okay. How about finish 2 hilly marathons back to back?
Yes.
And then how about get it done in 5 months? I mean, anyone here who've been off for the longest time, not just months, but for years, and you'll be like, you know what? It's been a while. I'm not sure if I have even shoes. Maybe it's gonna take a year. All right. But how about get it done in 5 months? And because you miss running so much, you'll be like, you know what? I miss running so much. I want to do a hilly one. Oh, one hilly one is not enough. I'm gonna also do 1 month and I'm gonna travel outside the United States because I deserve it. Anyone here feel like that? As I deserve it. I want to have a good time. There you go, Hill. All right. So, and then also, but the thing about it is that there are things that's happening because sometimes it's not just the knee, it's not just the previous injury. I mean, if you're just coming back, you know, and you're off from carrying your body weight with one leg after another and for several minutes, hours, right? There are a lot of other body parts that could be complaining. And for a lot of athletes that I've coached, usually there's hip instability because of sitting for a long time. There could be also like ankle instability, stiffness because they haven't been doing the running. Okay. Heels and Achilles. Okay. But now you're like, you could probably be thinking, well, I just want to go back to running. I just want to go back. I just want to finish. But what if? What if I tell you that it's possible that you are not able to just come back stronger, but actually start seeing your paces go down pain-free. Because I'm going to teach you today. We're going to teach you today. We're going to cover today several things, not just about training. A lot of athletes actually cover, like, I'm going to run a full marathon. So therefore, I'm going to have 26.2 miles. And I used to do that before, and it's hard. That's going to take a long time. Now, we're going to do is that, like, shorten it, but not shorten to, like you rescue, yourself for, hurting yourself, but actually be stronger. Because what if in your previous training, the way before, it's missing things? Okay,
And
you ready?
what's even better than that, we have somebody visiting here that is actually going to
Yeah,
share who did that,
yeah.
who did all of that in real life.
Okay, well, so we'll cover not just about knee swelling, but basically what you'd want to incorporate in your run specific training to ensure that you stay injury free and keep getting faster if you want to. If you don't want this, it's okay. All right. This applies for triathlons and shorter distance. So yes, sure, hilly marathon, but this also applies for 10K, half marathon, but basically just getting back to running and loving running. Okay. So this is your training. We're doing this one for you. So you're gonna get a lot today. Okay. So
those who are actually, I am wondering who is joining us live. So put hashtag live if you are joining us right
start
now.
typing that thing.
And if you're watching this as a replay, put hashtag replay.
Say hello, Hill, because Hill's coming up soon. All right, so let's see who's coming online right now. And without waiting further, let's introduce Hill. Hill from California, who likes hilly marathons.
Yay!
Welcome, Hill. It's perfect for your name. All right, Hill. Well, Hill, first of all, congratulations. You did back to back, crazy one, and
Amazing.
you did a Sydney marathon a month prior to your San Francisco marathon. San Francisco is hilly, and they say the Sydney is also based on the numbers is hilly than Boston, but of course it's different profile. But yeah, so it's hilly, right? Both. Congrats.
Thank you.
Did
Thank you.
you ever think that you're gonna be able to do that when you started the year this year? Now you are a two-time marathon finisher this year after 4 years of being off. How'd you feel about finishing that Sydney marathon?
It felt really great, So, thanks for all your help. I owe you and your
Oh,
team, all of these, it was a dream for me to go there and bring myself back into endurance sports, after the long break after my accident, 4 years ago, and I kind of lost hope on my endurance sports uh, adventure. But I slowly, year by year, I step back and just focus on what's really important to me, which is health. Our core vitals of our physical abilities, right? And address all of that and just focus on that. But triathlon, marathon, all of those are tools to
yes.
achieve our goals of a good health, right? So that's where I came from, and but all of that adventures helped me a lot, built me who I am today, and really helped me go on our day to day lives. Yeah.
Well, I'm really, really happy that we were able to get you back on track. So just so you all know, so Hill was in bed. This was the accident, 2021.
That's the emergency room in Walnut Creek.
Yeah, September 3rd, 2021. You had 22, 23, 24, 25, 4 years anniversary. Here you go, finisher two times.
September.
Yes,
Yay.
yes.
You timed it.
So Hill, so I know you are focusing on running, and then also, so you had a bike accident, right? And then you also were diagnosed having cervical stenosis, a spinal injury.
Yep.
How was that for you? And how was that for you of that 4 years recovery of having this limitation?
Yeah, it was tough. It's hard to admit, but we do what we can because I love the endurance sports. I love triathlon. I love running. So the picture that you saw there, just give a little bit of background. That was on my Ironman training, Ironman California training. We've done the distance like weekends and over, but on that particular day, that's like at the peak of my training, and I just did it on my own. Typically, a triathlon, we would do a long rides on a Saturday, like 100 miles, 112, 118 miles. So, and
Yeah.
then the next day, Sunday, we would do our swim, our long swim, usually in aquatic park or Lake Del Valle, and then from there we would run at least 6 miles, up to a half marathon. But the weekend is really busy, and our body's used to that. We're trained, our mindset, we were ready for all that load, right? And that's where it came from. It so happened that I had that accident. I was alone. Somebody called 911. Um, I was there 2 miles away from my house.
Oh,
So I was after 100 miles, 2 miles away. I felt
yeah.
my leg was pretty strong. I was ready to do some brick run, maybe a small 2-3 mile run after the long bike ride, right? So
Yeah.
I was happy. I
Yeah.
look at the stoplight. Stoplight is clear. I went in, and after that, I don't know what happened. I have no total recollection, total blank out. And then I just woke up at the emergency room in Walnut Creek. The doctor was just teaching me and say, "Hey, do you know where you are?" I said,
Hospital.
"No, And then, so you're here at Walnut Creek. You're
Yeah.
okay. I'm, just stitching a small cut right here. So I'm
Right.
using a full face helmet, and
Yeah.
that pretty much protected me. The shield was smashed. The helmet was dented, and I had a concussion. But there's a small cut right here because of the sunglass. But otherwise, I didn't feel anything, like zero pain. And then the bike kind of had some scratches. The wheel was dent, all of that. But overall, I didn't feel anything there.
Yeah.
But there was concussion. I don't have recollection of everything else. But the diagnosis from there. Oh, I'm sorry. After a few months, I went in, and I started to feeling some tingling on my arms, and
Mm.
went back to Kaiser, and the neurosurgeon, after all the exams, says, okay, you have this spinal stenosis, meaning
Mm.
for us, a lot of times it's already there and it's just waiting for a trauma to happen. And when that
Yeah.
happens, it becomes a major issue. Things get disrupted, the disc
Right.
this get disaligned, and then some nerves, giving us those signals. So
Yeah.
it was bad. So
Yeah.
that's the situation. And um, I rested for a year, maybe a year or two, and then after what, I really want to go back, right? But the only thing is, my neck, even up to now, is still not strong to carry the
Yeah.
head.
Yeah.
So I cannot do cycling as much. I could do, but not a long distance.
Yeah.
70.3 maybe I could, but that the full Ironman probably not, right? Her head is heavy and it cannot hold it for a
Yeah.
long time.
Yeah.
And then swimming, same issue. We have
Yeah.
a
It's
lot
hard
of
to do.
movement here. We don't want to risk it, right? But the last option they gave me
Right.
is running.
Thank
So
God.
meaning running, we're doing
Yes.
vertical. My neck is aligned with my body. I'm carrying my head.
Oh
So
my God.
so with that, that's took me to running. And then I say, okay, I'll concentrate on running. And then I met with a group of friends, a running group in San Ramon. And from there, consistently we've been running, and it's mostly
Yeah.
for health, no
Yeah.
races or anything like that.
Yeah.
So, and that's how I got introduced to running, and I'm so happy I'm back running.
Yeah. So how long was the break then? About 4 years or 3 years? Four
Uh,
years?
Maybe two
2023?
years, 2 years, and
Okay.
then I
Two
started
years.
going back to running here and there. I've been
Okay.
running trails, but
Okay.
really short
Gotcha.
distance. It's mostly for fitness and weight loss. I just focus on that, and also have. I mean, since I'm aging, right? So I'm already 57,
Yeah.
3 years away from my early retirement. So I just want to fix my health and just go back and
So,
get rid of any medications. I only have one medication, but I still want to get rid of it. So
so what I'm getting here is that, I mean, instead, you had every reason to just not much do the same thing, but you said, I want health. I want to get
yep.
back. And you're so happy that at least I still have that one left running. Okay. And then
Yep.
so
So
you
when we talked later on, um, you had a challenge with your knees. That's what was
Mhm.
happening at the time.
Yep.
And that was a big worry because you had already kind of tried things on your own at that point.
tell
Yep.
me, like, what did you do when you had the knee swelling?
Yeah. So just a little bit of background on that. So we have a running group, right? And the running group has been training. They have different races. So it
Mm.
just so happened that my focus is on fitness and then weight loss. So as much I'm so
The more
addicted
the
to,
better.
yeah, the more the better. Remember, to burn all those
The more
calories.
the better.
Yeah,
Let's
so
go.
I
Yeah,
keep on burning
burn the calories.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm like burning calories everywhere. So when I see people running, training for a full marathon, I'm just riding because I'm a triathlete, right?
You
So
want weight loss
the
as well. So
marathon,
good.
endurance wise, I wouldn't have a problem. I don't have speed, but I can sustain the endurance because to triathlon, we go hours up to 14, 15 hours
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
training, right?
yeah, yeah, absolutely. So you're
Yeah,
like making the most out of your like
yeah, so
do
it's like
triathlon.
so running a marathon endurance wise, I'm there. So I
Yeah,
that's why I'm so happy. But
yeah.
unfortunately, I've been doing a lot. There's volleyball, badminton, jumping, all
You're
of
doing
that.
several things
Yeah, back
at
to
the same
back to
time.
back. Connie, our friend there in San Ramon, she was training for Tokyo Marathon. She was loading miles, and I
And
was
you're
just
loading too.
hanging out with her, 22 miles. So it's like nothing, right? Because you were used to endurance. So
Yeah.
then we did a back to back to back, like 3 weeks in a row, and then I start feeling something.
You
So
start feeling something, the knee swelling.
yeah,
Yes.
the knee swelling's there, right?
Gotcha, gotcha. Well,
And
let me
then
ask before we move
mm,
on to that
yeah,
one. Well,
yeah.
everyone, is there anyone here also who runs for health? Put under the comment, put health. Or anyone here who runs for weight loss. And guess what? You have Apple Watch there. I see it there, or Garmin. Whenever you run, you like end it, calories burn. Right? And I'm like, all right, it's high. Let me do more. And then my friends are doing more. Let me join them. I like it. Right? It's been a while. I like this, like hang out.
It feels good.
Especially because I mean I could understand where Hill's coming from. I mean, he was doing cycling, which is what, 100 miler, usually take at least 6 hours, 5:30, right? And then
Yep.
now you got running. I need the time, right? So now when you had the knee swelling, what did you do then?
So, well, mm, when I had that knee swelling, it so happened that I got selected at the Sydney Marathon, right? And then with that knee swelling, that
Mhm.
bothered me because now this time I cannot just go hang out and go with the flow. I have a hard date. I have a hard date to meet, right?
Yeah,
And then so I went to Kaiser, got the exam, and you know what? With the aging, there's a
yeah.
mild arthritis there,
Mm,
and it's been there, but I
mhm.
think the overloading make it bad, and then the inflammation kind of make it regularly swell. So if
Yeah,
you put in that so much load maybe half marathon is okay, but if you're going to full marathon, it's gonna be bad.
sure.
Yeah.
And I want to add something that, Hill, because you just said earlier, well, I'm doing that back to back, loading it up. And then also, by the way, I'm also doing volleyball and badminton. And then also, I'm also sitting long at my desk because I work long hours. And then now
Yep.
I want to do more fun, long hours too. I'll do
Yeah.
back to and one of the trainings, which is actually, I'm going to give you guys access for those who are actually listening to this live or who complete the replay this week. We'll give you access to one of the trainings that I did the other day, which is why your knee still hurts even when you're training right. And what I'm talking about here, all this, like what you do, your lifestyle does affect how your knee goes. And here, I'm going to tell you more about that later. But if you stick with us, I'll give you access to this. All right. So, Hill, yeah. So, it's not really just the full marathon or the running. It's like the combination of what you were doing. Did you happen to know that, or were you just like, oh, because I was running with Connie every single weekend, right? So it's just like because of that.
I think it was the downside of coming from the triathlon and the load that we've
Yeah,
done. We feel
yeah.
so invincible because like every
Oh yeah,
weekend I could put that much load and I don't feel anything, right? You
yeah,
feel like you're so invincible.
yeah,
But then now with the aging and with the long break and this time it's all running. So it's not the cycling, not the swimming. Now the focus is on the running and then this particular muscle or body part now gets inflamed consistently, and that's
yeah,
where it happened.
yeah.
And then
Yeah.
yeah.
You keep saying aging. I don't see white hair. I don't know. You keep saying aging. I mean, you got the hair there. I mean, how young are you right now? I don't think people will even believe it. You want to
I
say the magic
I'm
number as of today?
57 and 58 next month, right? So
What? All right, you got your anniversary of being healthy, coming back from
yeah,
accident, and
yeah,
58 this
yep,
year.
yep.
Congratulations for being
And
aging
and and
or aging
we're
young.
gonna reverse it.
Yeah, you are already doing it. Good job. All right. So now, when you had that knee swelling, what did you do then? Did you stop running? Did you? Oh, you went to Kaiser, but after that,
Yep.
what's next?
Yeah, I mean, just the basic, reaction, right? So rest, long
Oh,
rest,
okay, gotcha.
and without fully understanding the physiology, what is the cause, all of that,
Yeah,
right? So just rest because I've been through that. We are
yeah.
like
You
good
had heart
sports.
time.
Yeah,
Worse.
yeah. So we just let it be, rest, ice, all of the basic stuff, right? But
Yeah,
but I knowing the load I need to put myself in to train for Sydney, I won't be able to last it like that, and I'll be risking because
yeah,
I'll be putting more training load on the
yeah.
knee. So I
So
need to get help. Yeah.
yeah. Well, Hill, I know you're smart. And as you know, there's AI there. Why didn't you do Chat GPT? How can I go to Sydney? I need this how many months? Like, why not?
My knee's swelling. Dr.
Yeah. I,
Yes.
I remember that event that we did at the sports basement.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so when
In the
we met
city.
here and we did our, that really hits me because that
Tell
is
me.
like I don't know, it's like perfect timing. There's no coincidence. I think that's part of being there and we met
Sure.
and we connected and I heard all these stories. I heard your story. I
Yeah.
heard the program and I said, man, this is what I've been looking for.
It's like a sign.
You-
Push
This
your-
is a sign,
And I'm glad.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Because yeah, so I think it's not a coincidence. It's just right there to help me, with what I'm looking for. So I'm so happy we met there.
Yeah. So that was the only time that we actually met over all this, even not in training, because that was like the introduction, and then all the training was remotely. And
Yep.
some athletes would think, I want my coach right here. But why? Why me? I mean, there's a lot of
Yeah,
coaches there.
why us?
Right.
Well, I've been following you for a long time
You've
since
been
I've been in the.
stalking? Just
We
kidding.
were not talking, but I've seen your story. I've seen your name is legendary in triathlon, right? So we follow. We've seen your achievement, and just it's just unbelievable, right? And then when I saw you in person there, and then I heard your stories. I heard the program. I said, yeah, this is what I'm looking for, and I'm gonna sign up.
Yeah. What was it about what you saw or heard?
I think primarily the athletes that are injured and that they were
Oh, I
able to
see. Yeah.
recover and that able to accomplish their goals, right? And they've been smashing their goals, and that's just perfect for my situation at that time.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um,
So you needed to see somebody else go through something similar as what you were going through to see that it was possible.
did you
Yeah.
have any doubts, concerns when you start the training?
No, because I
Oh.
just I uh, what else do I have, right?
Yeah, sure.
I'm a solutions architect. I solve problems, and this time I don't have much time because I know I need to start loading and I need to
Right.
figure out the source of this and I need
Yeah.
to fix it quick, right? Because
Yeah.
Between March and August, 6 months, and I haven't loaded because I hadn't loaded any miles and I need to
Yeah.
start doing that.
Especially because you already know how to train triathlon Ironman and you know how it is, and
Yep,
you're counting the number of months. You know
yep.
how to train. Okay, so
So when you started training, what did you notice? How was the training different than what you were doing before?
Yeah, I think it's the education, and once you know the reasons, once you know that all the pieces that come into play, you
mhm,
understood it more, and it's quite easy to follow, right? I just imagine that the exercise that we do, the stretching, the yoga, all of that come into play, and I just adapted to it. I just sign up on the program, religiously do it, like even up to late nights. I have really long days. I have many projects. The tension and pressure is there, but I need to do it. Like I would sleep like 11, 12 at night, but before that, yeah, I have like an hour, 2 hours of exercises,
body maintenance.
body maintenance
You did
before
the
I
work.
sleep. Yeah.
Yeah, you did the work because you wanted your goal so badly. Okay. But we also did some shifting on your sleep and then your nutrition as well because we want recovery. It's like balance. Well, I need
Mhm.
to do the work and I need to run. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So let me see here. Do you remember how long it took us to no swelling, no knee swelling?
Um, I don't know, maybe 2, 3 weeks, maybe up to four.
Oh,
We're slowly putting some load, and the stiffness is always there, right, in the
yeah,
morning.
yeah.
But the good thing is like even if we do some running exercises or drills, that I know how I feel that something's wrong, but it's
Mhm.
not there, and that gives me the confidence to keep on moving forward.
Yeah. So it's like it's more of a progression. It's not like black and white. But
Yeah.
you're so it's very important to everyone, by the way, like self-awareness, mindfulness of what you really are doing. So for Hill, we don't take this one lightly. We are serious in making sure that if I say, hey, we're gonna get you to the Sydney, we are gonna get you to the Sydney. Okay. And then, but it's not just about giving Hill workouts for the Sydney. All right, here you go, Hill, you're ready, because there's a lot of run workouts there. But if you look into it and you're going back from no training for a while, and then now you load it up, you tried to rest, it didn't happen. Now we got to do something differently. And what I did actually, this was, I believe, yeah. So when we started actually March, I had him do run readiness test first. And I strongly suggest for athletes who are getting back to running, you could be doing like, all right, let me just test running. And then what they do is that they run right away, right? But what if we are like, there's a risk, we could just increase that. And then the next thing, you're like, how are you going to run that? And a lot of, well, I'm just going to run zone 2. How are you going to run that? Like, how are you going to move your body from one step to another step? Well, I know how to run, but there's a lot more into it. And it's funny because we think running is easy, but unfortunately and sadly, because I've seen athletes who've been reaching out to us, it's actually the hardest sport. And I would say, my dad told me this, dangerous sport. And I didn't believe him until I start seeing more people, because when we don't do it right, we could injure ourselves. And we just continue to focus on running. So let me show it to you. So this is one of those things that I actually did for Hill. He did not know that I was like tracking, but I'm sure he kind of assumed. But basically, I had him do the test. Okay. So this one was March 16. Hill's run readiness. That's for athletes who didn't know, I'm also a certified in running in different organizations, and then also injury prevention. So I had several courses where my classmates were physical therapists. They were doing continuing education, and I was the only coach. Then they asked, why are you here? I am just fascinated by the body and I like to solve problems. I want to help our athletes. Okay. But I'm not a physical therapist, but I do solve problems. Okay. So like with Hill, one of the tests that I had him do is like March 16 here, I had him do the test. Here's a couch stretch, hip flexor tightness, and then I had him give me the answers. And what I did is I plug it in, tracked it, and see if there's improvement. Okay. So like here, knee bend, is there knee pain, knee bend, heel to glute. So there's instructions that I gave to him, and all the way to like 8. So I track it. And then now, based on this, I create the workouts. I create the plan. But it doesn't end there, because every single time I would check Hill, how did it go? How did you feel? Okay. And, like I said, physical therapists are great as well, or your, physio for some individuals as well, or strength training as well. But if you think about it, you would need someone to help you out, to guide you of how to do your workouts.
Yeah, because PTs don't usually do that.
Yeah. And and if we let Hill do his thing, he's just gonna
running.
he's just gonna run.
It's gonna be hard to stop him.
And the next thing, actually, what he told me when he started is like, Coach, I don't really know how to do technique. And he kept asking. He was just like a sponge. He was asking me a lot on the messenger. Okay. And so now when I did that, let me see this one here. Okay. And how was that for you, Hill, knowing that we were doing the testing and then we're modifying it and then I'm checking in on you? How was that process for you? How is that different from like how you used to do this kind of issues?
Yeah, I think it's very important where we see that all the pieces connect together, right? Because like before, when I think of the knee, I just focus on the knee, not knowing
Okay.
that everything else connects, like from the butt, to the hamstring, your quads, so and up to the knee. So that I have no idea. The physiology itself, the
Yeah.
knowledge that you have given me, I fully
Yeah.
understand, and from everything there, what all the exercise that we do, I easily adapted because I know this is all contributing to resolve my knee issue. Same thing with my Achilles, right? So with the tight, very tight calves, I keep on loading miles. The calves getting tighter and tighter. The massage gun now become my best friend. So everywhere I go, I just keep on massaging my legs. So yeah, getting those physiology knowledge which you've given me really helped me a lot, and that makes it me easy to observe everything.
Yeah.
And I like that you're talking about how you were, applying all of that. Like you were actually doing something
Oh
about
yeah.
it, not just like knowledge in your head that you can't do anything with.
Yeah.
But you're like, okay, my calves are tight. That's why I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, yeah. So for Hill, it's actually the workouts are dynamically changing depending on how he feels for that day or for that weekend. And a lot of athletes, they just go back to running, but for Hill, he has a specific uh pre-workout activation of certain muscles and also post-workout. And again, it depends on what we're dealing with. Because if he's already busy, I want to like just be specific to what we need to do. Okay. And one of the things actually, I'm going to just show you here. So for example, when he said, hey, coach, something's going on. So we had to actually check pretty much everything. Okay. This is his beautiful shoes at the start. And then for you guys, like, hey, Hill, let's investigate what is happening. So you would want to check your shoes elsewhere as well, your footwear. And those are the things, hey, Hill, I know you love Ultra, but you got to change it now. Okay. So you got to, I said, like, this is the difference. And those are some of the teachings. A lot of the athletes, like, just give me a plan, right? But give you a plan. With Hill, he would, like he starts asking to me, Coach, can I go fast? Because I'm starting to get confident now. I said, Hill, chill. Okay, we're not ready yet. So there are times that he was actually wanting to do that. And if he did not, if he did not have a plan, he could have, yeah, there's a risk on that.
Push too hard too soon.
Okay. And I wanted to show him the progress here. Okay. So,
Coach, that
yeah.
shoe
Yeah.
up to Sydney, I had like 4 pairs.
Oh, look at you. Learn already. Okay, good. Good stuff. All
Yeah.
right. Love it. Well, you're running and walking, so Hill also walks a lot.
Yeah, so
So
I dedicated one just for walking.
there you go. I'm really happy that you learned that as well. So yeah, so here, so he was basically March we started, guess what? April. And so we start gradually returning to running. April, 1 month, about 1 month, more or less. No more knee swelling. In just within a month, he already got 11.8 miles. May, 13 miles. June, all this ones, no knee swelling. And completed 2 long runs, speaking at 13 miles. And not just that, what we're looking also are the, you know, how his paces from June 3 to June 24, 10:43, 9:36. Why June 3, June 24? Was mainly because prior to that, I wasn't pushing the paces. I was building the foundation. Now I pause there because when we say, what is building the foundation? Is that building more like, zone two? How could you do zone two if the body is not ready yet? Okay, so I was giving him exercises, which we call body maintenance exercises that are strengthening, okay, his glute, okay, his lower legs, his Achilles. It's not necessarily squats, because that's not okay. And actually before we started, he said, Coach, can I do squat? I said, no, don't do it. Yeah, sure, squat could be, stronger, but if you're dealing with something like that, I said, no, that's not okay. And I'm glad you did it. Okay. Is that making sense, everyone? How important it is? Like, yes, running is great, but you want to make sure that you're doing it correctly. Okay. Let me see. Is there anything else that we missed, Hill, that we did? Let me see here. Yeah, and then actually he hit 17 miles. That was he started running April, May, June, about after 3 months. This one is 17 miles. And he got his fastest 10K of the year. Okay.
That's pretty cool. That must have felt really good seeing that. Did it, Hill?
Yep, yep, yeah, yeah, definitely. Slowly getting there, just lots of patience and yeah,
The
and
next thing that, yeah, go ahead, Hill.
no, and I think 17 was the longest I've done, and it's getting close. That was June, right? And I've been
Yeah.
asking you, Coach,
When are we gonna
what's
do
the
24,
overall
26?
loading plan? We're like a couple months away, so am I still 17? So and even that 17, that it's kind of very slow. So I was worried, and you just told me that I'll take you there. Just be patient, and I'll take you there. And I don't know if it at that point when you inserted the idea, how about
No,
you
the
run
San
Arctic
Francisco.
Marathon?
Yeah, yeah. Because what I want, Hill, is it's everyone. What I really want is not just about completing distance. If you just want completing distance, you could do that yourself. I want a strong long distance. Okay. I want a strong long distance
So
wherein
you can do
you're
back
pushing, you feel, yeah. Well, guess what? After that Sydney marathon, guess what? What is this, 5 days? After 5 days, he already run a half marathon on his own. 5 days after Sydney, this is him running a half marathon. This is what you get when you train right. It's not just about what you get from that particular workout, it's about longevity.
Yes, because I know some people when they run a marathon, they have to recover for a week, for 2 weeks. There's
Yeah.
different recovery cycles, but this is possible, and Hill did that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All
Yeah,
right.
I just went back to that's my happy place. Every time I'm like, I need to think of something and I want to feel good, I always
Yeah.
go back there and just run freely without thinking about anything, just spending time and just be happy. That I typically go do that on weekends. So that's why I went there right away. Yeah.
And the other things that also Hill had done, and this is we're talking about this so that you can do it also yourself. So whenever Hill finished something, he gave feedback. So for example, when he did the San Francisco full marathon, he said, Coach, this is what happened. and I gave him a reason. So, for example, something he felt on, I think his shin or calves, and I said, I gave him a reason. Well, Hill, that was the longest distance that you've ever completed in like since you had an accident. You will feel something. But guess what? We have time to strengthen that area. And then he continued to ask question, Coach, how do you run downhill? What happens? And he continued to ask questions, like he's really asking question, and he practiced it. Okay. And the next thing is that he continued to ask question also with the nutrition himself. Okay, so we guide our athletes with the nutrition. So everyone, when you're doing your long runs, do practice your nutrition. This one is your, yeah, it's your preferred nutrition. So you don't have to follow Hill's nutrition. So, but do break it down from calories, carbs, sodium, and then also your fluid, the amount, okay, and the timing of it. All right. I think we basically covered everything. Did we, Hill? Everyone, are you guys getting a lot from this? Put under the comment any questions that's popping up, because we went fast here. So just to summarize, this is what we do, and I suggest that you address this one. If you're just going for a plan, um you might not get your full potential, because I used to do that myself. And even I had a coach and give me a plan, and I followed the plan, and I'm still not getting the result. And the things that would make a difference is if you combine these 5 things: training, nutrition, body maintenance, which is injury prevention, strength workouts, mobility workouts, something that's targeted for you, mental fitness, and race strategy. Okay. Now, the next thing for running, you don't want to just complete the distance. The distance that will come, and that's easy. You definitely still progress, but do not neglect the technique and then the speed.
Yes, because everybody wants to focus on the distance, because that's where you're like, oh, I'm hitting 10 miles. Oh, I'm hitting 24
It's
miles.
easy to measure.
It's easy to measure and it's motivating, but it's not really showing, like what's really going to happen on race day.
And what's great about if you do the technique, guess what? I do that, and it makes running much easier, and you get the pace going down. The next thing is the speed. You get the speed, the intervals, the zones, the right zones, wherein you're running at the safe pace. Okay. While at the same time, you're not also, shorting yourself with what you can actually run. Okay. Good, everyone. All right. Well, let me see if I have more questions here for Hill.
What surprised you most, Hill, about the process?
Yeah, I think coming from that injury, it's be able to isolate it. You do a triangulation and figure out, okay, this is affecting that. When I tell you something that, oh, it's hurting, oh, you better look here. It's totally away from where the problem is, and we fix that, and then kind of flows into the overall
You learned that.
solution. Yeah.
I know, isn't it kind of annoying? Like you're thinking you're fixing the knee, but the problem is
somewhere else.
Completely different. And like
somewhere else. And that's why
I even know that.
Yeah, it's tricking us. That's why I ask a lot of questions when they say something. It's like it's basically diagnosing the person, because each person is different. All right, so let me see. Well, if someone's watching right now, like people right now, okay, who's where you were before, back in January. Okay. There's fear of injury. You're playing conservative. Okay. And, like, all right, I just want to have my health. I just want to join that Sydney.
And then they're probably going through some type of yo-yo thing. Like one day they feel great, so they go all out and they're like, oh, I'm so happy to be back. But then 2 days later, something happens and they're like, this is not so good anymore.
What are your top 3 advices?
Down.
What are your 3 top advice?
I think it's really good to have a really good foundation, and that's what you brought me into. All the basics. We've checked everything. We checked all the boxes. Even though I know I've gone through many years of training, but I only learn on my own. I learn from my peers, some coaches here and there, but nothing really formal. I can survive on that for some time, but it start compiling problems on things that we don't know, or that's hidden, right? It could be creating some problems on our body. But it's good to have it a really good foundation that
Yeah.
you start good in the very beginning, especially if someone's just starting. Just get a really good foundation and guidance from a coach, and really understand the overall picture, not just because we will just go run and run and run. It's okay up to short distances, but if you're gonna go long distances, it's gonna start compiling and
Yeah.
especially throughout the years. Triathlon, in marathon, those things develop many years. So
I love
by
that,
that
Hill.
time, we have compiled so much.
Yeah, yeah. No, absolutely. And actually, especially for athletes like you who just like to play and just do this physical activity and hang out with friends, right? You want to continue doing this when you're 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. I want to do this one, like it does really compile. And then I like what you said also, that not just the big picture, you want to find also the root cause and actually solve it and
Mhm.
not just run,
Yeah.
because you think running is yeah, easy. I like
Mhm.
running, but when it starts hurting, it's not fun. It's like,
Yeah.
why am I doing it? You're right. Okay. Well, I love that. Everyone, do you have any other questions? Put it under the comments. Okay, so we can take a look at it also and we can answer them. Well, from Feisty Fox Coaching, we are very proud of you, Hill. For every one of you guys who have watched Hill's story, who have been inspired, this is what we do in Feisty Fox Coaching. We help busy high achievers stay on top of their health and basically not just to finish, but really take care of what they're dealing with and solve their problem, give them the foundation so they have the tool to carry on. Because guess what? Right now, Hill can continue and repeat the what we taught him. He has something with him. He can come back to us for coaching for another go. But right now he's good. He's happy. He's back. And Hill, you are running.
Coach,
Congratulations.
thank you to you, Albineta, and I know you have a big team behind you. Every day they're checking on me and pushing me and making me accountable. All that contributed to our success. So thank you very much.
Well, thanks, Feisty Fox team. It's not just me, okay? Not just me. Just Hill said that. We have a big, high accountability. We want to make sure that our athletes, get the support that they need. Well, now it's your turn. What if you finally went all in, your version of yourself, really going after your health, having this running more fun, okay? And seeing what you're capable of becoming and being able to recover fast and not be nervous whether you're going to get hurt or not. Okay. So if you want to help building a personalized run plan starting from where you are right now, meeting where you're at. Okay. So you can address any weak areas, fix your form, run strong, type hashtag run plan in the comments, and I will message you personally or Vineta.
Yes.
Okay. So the next thing that I want to also share to you is this one. If you want this, which what I do believe you're going to get a lot from this one.
Yeah,
It's
we mentioned
basically
in the beginning.
yeah, so for those who are here on this live training and who'll be watching this one replay, you would want to get this copy. Well, the replay. Basically, I shared the whole system shift. And here it's gonna open up your eyes of what we did for Heal and all the other athletes that I've helped coming back from injury, talking about the body maintenance here, muscle imbalance, root cause troubleshooting, training load, um, technique wise, movement technique, all this, lifestyle load audit. I basically expanded there a lot of principles that you can apply and get all the insights so you can start, addressing what you're, dealing with right now.
And then what hashtag should I put?
Yes,
to get that one?
knee pain fix. Hashtag knee pain fix. So that will be available. And that's, like I'll just give that to you guys because I know you're gonna get a lot from that.
Yeah, that one covered a lot. That one's going to be very valuable for people.
All right.
I do have two quick questions from Drew.
Oh, there you go,
Who
Drew.
wants to know what's next to Hill BQ?
There you go. Put
That's
a
my
spot.
idol, Drew, right there. He's gonna take me to BQ.
There you go. You guys go run together. Is that the
Yeah.
next goal, Bill?
He's training Chicago right now, so he'll be there next month.
Oh, Drew is having a great time.
And then we have another question from Drew. How long realistically can Hill improve from 9:45 pace to BQ pace 7:45? A year or
It depends. Yeah, it depends because we've had athletes who are actually at 10 minutes per mile and got their goal in 6 months to get the BQ. So it depends. So for those, it's a different mindset, honestly. And I'm gonna tell you why this one. It's not just the physical work, it's also the mental work. Based on my experience, some of the athletes actually start getting scared of the pace. Like when you say sub 8, 7, they, when I give them workouts, they say like, Coach, when I saw that workout, I was scared. And basically they said that because they were scared of getting hurt. Okay. But they didn't. And the main reason is because we built it up with the body maintenance and,
so you're saying
and
the
watching.
body gets ready faster than sometimes the mind can catch up?
Yeah.
So the mind's not quite ready to because
you want to be ready because it does take it's not just running, it's just not running. And I do push the pace because when we want the goal, I measure the numbers. So I look at the intervals, and then also if, like, for example, we've had athletes that actually want to qualify for Boston on LA Marathon, that's hilly, then I do measure the incline and how fast that is. But in regards to Hill, from right now where he's at, I would say about a year if he does the work. Which I know he would.
He's
Which I know he would.
very good at that.
Yeah.
No excuses.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So when Hill is ready, or Drew, when you're ready, you guys run together.
Yeah.
But there you go. Any other questions? Okay. Hill, any other things, Hill, that you want to say?
Well,
Advice to
I just
athletes?
want to
Oh my
show
God,
this
look at
bling.
that.
This is the
Ooh.
Sydney Marathon and SF.
Yes.
You guys brought me to this, and we made it. And thank you very much, you and your team, and of course my team there in San Ramon,
Yes.
Trivali. We've
It's a
been working out
community.
together. Drew himself, he
Yes.
got me this
Thank
too.
you.
We're always together wherever we go,
Yes.
and so thank you so much for everyone,
Oh,
Pinoy runners, and the whole community. Thank you very much.
I'm really happy for you. Seriously. Because I know I was doing the sports when you were doing the sports many, 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 many years ago. So it's just so good to be able to help you and then have you back in the game. You're not
Yes.
done yet. All right.
We're
Hello,
not done.
you're not done yet. Well, everyone, it's been fun. Till next time, this is what we do. We're gonna have another weekly training actually next week, and the week after, we're gonna have several ones coming up.